I hope that everybody within the community sees this as a validation and sees this as their hard work and their hard efforts are now being recognized.
Money Magazine recognizes Moore as one of the 100 best places to live in America. We'll show you why, and later.
I believe it'll be wow when you go by and look at it and see this new facility.
See what may be in store for the future of Moore's parks and some key ballot initiatives designed to cover the bill. It's all coming up right after this. On November 6th, Moore voters will have the opportunity to decide on 2 ballot initiatives designed to improve parks in the city. One proposition would authorize the city to issue bonds in the amount of $25,100,000 for the construction of a new Central Park in Moore. The proposition would also authorize the levy of a property tax to pay for the bonds. The other proposition would authorize the city to levy a sales tax of 1/4 of 1 cent for the purpose of improving and adding to existing parks and recreational facilities within the city. For exact ballot language for these propositions, visit the city's website at cityofmoore.com. In the past 10 years, something remarkable has happened to Moore. Call it a transformation, a renaissance, a resurgence. Call it progress on a monumental scale. Call it what you will, our community is a different place. Moore's population has skyrocketed. Our school system has exploded with new students. New homes have been built in record numbers, and commercial developments have followed suit with new businesses hardly imaginable even 5 years ago. With all of this has come a newfound spotlight on our community. Recently, Channel 5 chose Moore to feature for the second time on their statewide road tour, focusing on the charitable initiatives our citizens have undertaken. But the biggest commentary to date came on a national scale through a story in Money Magazine. Moore was named the 77th best place to live in the entire country for communities under 300,000 residents.
We're so delighted to have that ranking, and I don't know that we even understand the magnitude of it. But again, 77th in the nation of thousands and thousands of cities that some of us have lived in and been to and all, and we think, why us above this city, or why us, Texas alone? I mean, my goodness, look at that state and the cities that are there, and only 4 cities in Oklahoma did make the top 100 in this ranking.
So why was Moore ranked so highly? The entry in Money Magazine gives some very clear guidance. According to the Money Magazine report, quote, "Recessions come and go, but the lucky residents of Moore have long enjoyed a consistently low unemployment rate, currently less than half the national average. This safe suburb of Oklahoma City has some of the top-ranked schools in the state. Seems that the word is out, though. Last year, the city issued more building permits than it had since 2002. End quote. So let's break this down a little bit. The first reason cited, low unemployment.
Quality of life, and we say that a lot, but we have an amazing quality of life here, and you think of all the things that matter to quality of life: health care, low cost of living. They certainly look at our economy, our housing prices, the fact that we have a very, very low unemployment. We have a very low unemployment in the state of Oklahoma, and then Cleveland County, which Moore is located in, also has a low employment even for the state. So those are huge, huge factors for them.
In fact, according to Money Magazine, Moore's job growth from 2000 to 2011 was 47.75%. That's nearly 50% growth in jobs. The average for the top 100 places to live on Money Magazine's list was 25%. Moore has nearly doubled the national average for job growth in the past decade. The magazine also cited Moore as being safe.
Actually, we've experienced a tremendous amount of growth in our population, but our crime stats haven't actually gone up monumentally or even really significantly. So I think that's a tribute to our police department. I think that's a tribute to our past police chief that's just retired, and then our incoming police chief that's been integral in the department now for years. They know how to run a suburban police department. They understand the value in community policing and getting out and knowing the citizens.
According to Money Magazine, the number of personal crime incidents for every 1,000 people and more is 1. The average among the Money Magazine 100 best places is 2. Next up, Money Magazine cited Moore as having some of the top-rated schools in the state. Clearly, our school system played a central role in the ranking.
I believe that we have built on a very solid foundation back from the very early years and more, making sure that the schools are the center of the community, that they absolutely reflect the values of the community and the interests of the community, and the people in our community know that we love their children and have an interest in their children as the future of this community.
According to Money Magazine, 98.3% of students in Moore attend public schools, indicating a high degree of confidence in the school system. It also highlighted 12 institutions of higher education within 30 miles and pointed to very competitive math and reading test scores.
But we typically rank very high in the state in everything from ACT test scores, end of instruction tests, 3 through 8 core curriculum testing, or have a very good student achievement and are very proud of that. A lot of recognition for our educational programs and good rankings as well.
The Money Magazine listing also cited Moore's record number of building permits, an indicator of all of the new people moving to the community.
The just general attitude you get at the City of Moore is one of wanting to cooperate with the builders instead of it being in some cities I've noticed it being an adversarial relationship. But with Moore, it's more of a cooperative relationship where the inspectors and the city officials, they want to work with the builders, not work opposite of the builders or oppose them. It's a great place to build as far as that's concerned.
And at a good price. According to Money Magazine, the median home price in Moore is $118,000. The average among the top 100 best places to live is nearly $270,000. And when it comes to property taxes, Moore's average in 2010 was $1,600. The average among the top 100 cities was $6,500, a huge difference. When you put it all together, it becomes pretty clear why Moore ranks as one of the best places to live in America.
I hope that everybody within the community sees this as a validation and sees this as their hard work and their hard efforts are now being recognized.
To find a link to the full Money Magazine report, go to the city's website at cityofmoore.com. New sidewalks were recently installed on Eastern Avenue between Main Street and Southeast 4th Street, making it a bit easier to get around town on foot. The funds were provided through a community development block grant, designed in part to improve urban environments within communities. So go take a hike on brand new sidewalks, and stay tuned to Inside Moore for additional municipal construction projects taking place in the City of Moore. Right now, this strip of land between 4th Street and 19th on Broadway is an empty field of grass. It has been for as long as anyone can remember, but that may change soon. At this very spot, imagine this. A place where you could visit a cool new aquatic center, complete with slides and water attractions, where you could watch a performance of your favorite local band at an amphitheater overlooking a beautiful pond, where you could participate in any number of recreational activities inside a state-of-the-art 60,000 square foot community center, and then walk 2 miles on a landscaped walking trail, and maybe even pick up some produce along the way at a covered farmer's market. It's all the visionary idea of Moore's Parks and Recreation Department, a new central park for Moore right in the middle of the city.
We'd have one of the nicest, if not the nicest, community centers in Oklahoma. It'd be state-of-the-art. One of the nicest, certainly the newest aquatic facility in Oklahoma. And that would be something that you could take your kids to, and there'd be a great deal of pride in doing so. And then just the farmers market and bringing outside vendors in to Moore, and in the economic impact that can have, keeping our dollars here because we'll have these new facilities. So it's a pride standpoint, it's an investment standpoint, it's obviously the activities and the amenities and all the new things that we'd be able to do.
Certainly there's going to be a lot of health benefits to our residents. A new exciting place to go to that's easily accessible to everyone. It's right in the middle of town, so everyone in the community can come to it, in drive time within 5 minutes or something like that. So I think it's well located, and I think it will be. I mean, it's kind of been referred to as the wow effect or something like that. I think that's going to be exactly what it'll do.
But a new Central Park isn't the only wow factor the Parks Department has in store. There are also plans for a brand new park at 12th and Janeway that might look very similar to this rendering. Another new park is on the drawing board for Southeast 24th and Eastern. That's all in addition to a combination of major improvements at 11 existing Moore parks, things like new playgrounds, walking trails, splash pads and spray grounds, permanent restrooms, shade structures, and improvements to athletic facilities, and an additional 2,000 square foot enhancement to the Brand Senior Center. In addition to all of this, the city would like to construct a 100% handicapped accessible playground at one of Moore's parks.
Where we're at now is wonderful, and that differs a lot from where we were 10 years ago. Well, if we can make this happen, if the community approves this, where we would be 5 or 10 years down the road would be at an even higher level.
Moore citizens hold the key to all of these improvements on November 6th when they vote on the potential passage of 2 ballot initiatives intended to pay for all of these projects.
The first is a 1/4% increase in the city's existing sales tax. Our total existing sales tax currently is 8.25, and this would raise it to 8.5 or 8.5%. And the sales tax would be a 4-year term on the sales tax, and that would generate somewhere around $8 million.
Those funds would be used to pay for the improvements to existing parks and recreation facilities in the city. The other ballot initiative is for a general obligation bond issue tied to a property tax that would raise an estimated $25.1 million to pay for the Central Park project.
We are anticipating, with the growth in the community, that the average cost of that per month for a home valued at, let's say, $100,000, it's just a little over $4 a month through the term of it. So again, if it was a $200,000 valuation of your home, according to the assessor's office, $8, $9 a month is what we're anticipating those costs to be.
The projects are all based on a Moore Parks master plan that was developed over the past year with the help of citizen input.
Every area of town would see some sort of improvement in the park system. So, and these are all things that rated extremely high when we did our master plan. And I think that it's important that we understand that all the things we're asking for is what the citizens in that master plan process, 1,000 of them almost, this is what they ask for. These kinds of things that we're proposing.